Hello there, this is Luke.
And I'm Elijah. And we are the Eagles of Steel. So today, if you know the series we've been going through top 10s of every position in football. And we are finally on the last one of the series. I'm sorry, it's a real shame. I'm upset that it's over already, but the season's coming up, so it's even more exciting with that. We're
going on the top 10 safeties.
Yes. This was an interesting list. Like I'm not going to say it was like hard, but it was like
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy either. So there's some of these names are going to be obvious, but then there's other names I'm like, okay, they're like no one's going to know who this is.
It's not as hard as the corners video that we
Corners is like, whoa. All right. So let's get into it. Do you want to start us off today?
I sure can.
All right.
My first honorable mention is Kyle Duggar, one of the safeties for the Patriots.
Ooh, the Patriots, the guy. Okay.
His numbers, he played all 17 games. He had a sack and a half for safety. He had a forced fumble and 2 picks, 7 pass deflections, 71 solos, and 109 total tackles. But
That's not bad.
That's not bad. If I look at his conversion, 71.4%. So I'm like, that's lower than my other honorable mention that I have after you name your number 12.
All right, my number 12 is Tyrann Mathieu of the New Orleans Saints. So with his stats, he played all 17 games. He had 50 solo tackles. He had 4 interceptions. One of them was a pick six. He had 9 pass deflections, and he had for his receiving and target ratio, he had 21 out of 35, which was a 60%. Which for safeties was pretty good. So my number 11 is Derwin James from the LA Chargers.
Okay.
He didn't have much in the department of like turnovers, but he played 16 games. He had 86 solo tackles, which was the second highest on my list, I believe. He had 2 sacks and he had the 1 pick. He had 7 pass deflections, and he had a 70.2% receiving target ratio, which is it's all right. But how about your number 11?
I have Jabril Peppers, the other Patriot safety.
Okay.
Because that safety core wasn't bad.
Yeah. I was just trying to decide if I wanted him or not, and it was tough.
Because he only played 15 games.
Yeah.
He had a sack, he had a fumble and 2 picks, just like the other Patriots safety. He had 8 pass deflections, but he had less of the solo and total tackles. He only had 52 solos and 78 total tackles.
Okay.
But the reason why he's higher than Kyle Duggar is his conversion was the best, 58.8%.
Ooh.
So
okay.
I say that's amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't quite put him in the top 10 because this top 10 is pretty good.
I know with Jabril Peppers, I did research on him. I just could not fit him in. As much as I know he was good, I just couldn't fit him in because I hate the Patriots.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
So I had a little bias on that.
A little personal reason.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's start off with number 10. Jalen Thompson from the Arizona Cardinals safety. Now,
Who?
So he only played.
Okay.
He played 15 games.
Okay.
He had a sack, 1 forced fumble. He had 4 picks.
Oh, I missed that. All right.
9 pass deflections. 59 solos. Had 78 total tackles, and his conversion rate. Let me find him here. 68.4%, which is It's not bad, but it's not great either.
How did I miss him?
You are so dumb.
Yeah, how did you miss him?
I'm like, that was definitely a top 10 worthy for me.
Yeah.
At least when I can look at all the stats I've been looking at. Or at least when tied with a bunch of guys I have. Because my number 10 goes to Andre Cisco of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had 15 games played. He had 42 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 4 interceptions, 5 pass deflections. He had a 22 out of 32 receiving target ratio, which was a 68.8%, which is about what you had. But I think Thompson had a couple more pass deflections, but that was about it really. Other than that, I'd say we're pretty close on that. My number 9 is Xavier McKinney. Giant turned to Packer. That's what it is now.
Yes.
Yeah, he played 17 games. He had 78 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 3 interceptions, 11 pass deflections. And his receiving target ratio is 33 out of 54, which is a 61.1%, which is pretty good for a safety.
Because that's who I have at number 9 as well, is McKinney.
Bruh.
As soon as you said, I'm like, oh, what a coincidence. He did have half a sack, if you forgot to mention that one.
Oh, he had a half sack too? Oh.
Yeah, he had a half sack.
Might as well add it to the pile, right?
Yeah. 17 games he played. Forced fumble, 3 picks, 11 pass deflections, 78 solos out of 116 total tackles. You forgot to mention that one too.
Oh.
61.1% quarterback accuracy.
Which is pretty good.
For a safety. Because at my number 8, he has this safety he's a Seattle now. He's a Seattle safety, Julian Love.
I didn't even know he was on a team.
Yes,
I thought he was
is.
traded or something.
Last season, he played all 17 games. He didn't have any sacks. He had 2 forced fumbles. He had 4 interceptions, 10 pass deflections, 85 solos out of 123 total tackles. So
I should have did my research better.
Stupid.
I'm missing some of these.
But
big
his
dudes, man.
his conversion was 41 out of 58, which was a 70.7. That's why he's not higher.
My number 8 goes to Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions. Now, this was a rookie sensation for sure for the Lions, and it was fun watching him. Yeah, he played 15 games. He had 50 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble, 3 picks. 1 was a touchdown against Mahomes. I remember that. He had 13 pass deflections, and he had a 42 out of 67 receiving target ratio, which is a 62.7%. The ratio isn't as good as McKinney's, but it's still, he has the stats, and he's a rookie, too, so he's probably one of the best rookies of last year's class.
Go pop off next year, man.
I know, I hope he does. My number 7 goes to Jordan Whitehead, who was the Jets safety turned to Buccaneers safety.
Okay.
This next year.
I actually didn't do research on him, actually.
Yeah, Jordan Whitehead. He had played 17 games. He had 65 solo tackles. He had 4 interceptions. He had a half sack and 9 pass deflections and a 62.5% receiving target ratio, which was a 20 out of 32.
Which was not bad.
It's not bad. Technically, he could have been better than Brian Branch could have been on the higher end of that. But Whitehead has been kind of consistently getting better, and he's a little more experienced. So I was like, it's close. I'll just put him higher.
Because at my number 7, I have Brian Branch. Rookie sensation of the Detroit Lions. Look at Brian Branch's stats. He had a sack. He only played 15 games, though. He could have had more. He had a forced fumble with 3 interceptions, the pick 6, 13 pass deflections, 50 solos out of 74 total tackles. And his conversion was 62.7, which is pretty good for a rookie. Even better than I thought.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to shock you here with my number 6. I have Justin Simmons at number 6. When the Atlanta State now
Atlanta State guy.
Yep, for Justin Simmons,
Why is he that? It feels like he's a little low, doesn't it?
Well, let me tell you stats, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
He also played only 15 games. He had a sack, 2 forced fumbles, and 3 picks, but only 8 pass deflections. He had less than Branch, but he had more solos, and I think his conversion rate was better too for Simmons. So yeah, 63. Well, 63.9 was right around Branch, but I think it was a little higher.
Yeah,
but he had more. He had another forced fumble.
Yeah, so he had an extra turnover to add to his pile.
It wasn't much better, but the pass deflections kind of got me like, eh.
My number 6 is Talanoa Hufanga of the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, so here's the thing. He only played 10 games, but he had 39 solos. He had 3 interceptions in 10 games. He had 3 pass deflections. But okay, and here's the thing. His receiving target ratio is an 81.3%, which is trash, but he was only ever targeted 16 times in 10 games. 16. As in, he was a guy who wanted to be avoided. So I know he's good.
I can do all things.
I know the stats weren't there, but he also did miss so many games. So, like, you don't know how those other 7 games went. Starting off my top 5, I have Javon Holland of the Miami Dolphins. He played only 12 games, but his stats almost look like he played an entire season. He had 52 solo tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 1 pick, which was a touchdown, 4 pass deflections, and he had 22 out of 32 receiving target ratio, which was a 68.8%.
It's not bad.
And he looks like he could have played an entire season, but he only played 12 games. So I'm like, he's good. Like, Javon Holland is a good guy, and he deserves to be up here.
Hopefully I could say this name right. It's a Chargers safety, Alohe Gilman from the Chargers.
Alohe
Gilman.
I almost forgot about that guy.
He didn't have any sacks, but he only played 14 games, so he's hurt a little bit. 3 forced fumbles, 2 picks, 10 pass deflections.
Wait, in 14 games, though?
Yeah, 14 games.
Dang, man.
Like I said, 3 forced fumbles, 2 picks, 10 pass deflections, 49 solos out of 73 total tackles, so that wasn't too much.
What's crazy is I think that guy is at, like, rating in Madden's like a 75.
and he played way better than...
Even than his other guy, Derwin James.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah,
that's
and his quarterback accuracy towards him targeting 22 catches for 34 targets, which is a 64.7.
That's good.
For a Chargers safety, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shock you. I have Tyrann Mathieu here at number 4, which sounds a little high, but
It's a little high, but it's your list, I guess.
all 17 games played, no sacks. He had 4 picks, which was one of them would be a pick 6. He didn't have any forced fumbles though. Yeah. 9 pass deflections, 50 solos out of 75 total tackles. But the reason why he's so high up
is
here,
your receiving target ratio, I'm assuming.
yes, that's 21 out of 35, 60%.
6%, which is good.
Which is very good.
Because my number 4 is Kyle Hamilton of the Baltimore Ravens. So with Kyle Hamilton, he played 15 games. He had 63 solos, 1 forced fumble, 4 picks, 13 pass deflections, and he had a 37 out of 61 receiving target ratio, which is a 60.7%, which was one of the, which is, I think, the second best one on my list behind Tyrann Mathieu. Yeah. Tyrann Mathieu, he was my honorable mention, but I have Kyle Hamilton here because he has way more stats.
I can see why.
So it's like, and it's really, I guess I hate the Ravens, but at the same time, it's like, it's really cool to see some of these players pop off the way they do. My number 3 goes to Justin Simmons was of Denver, now of Atlanta. With Justin Simmons, played 15 games, 53? I think it was 53 solos, right?
No, it was 53.
Okay. 2 forced fumbles, 1 sack, 3 interceptions, 8 pass deflections, and a 63.9% receiving target ratio, which is good. And it's scary to know that Atlanta has that.
And for me, my number 3, I have Kyle Hamilton from the Ravens.
Okay.
And like you said, you went over his stats already. He had 3 sacks. He only played 15 games. A forced fumble, 4 picks. One of them was a pick 6.
Okay.
That's probably 13 pass deflections, 63 solos out of 81 total tackles.
Wait, Kyle Hamilton had a pick 6?
Yeah, I looked it up. Yeah, pick 6.
How do I forget?
And obviously, you mentioned his quarterback accuracy thrown towards him. 37 catches out of 61 targets, a 60.7%. There's another reason why he's up here.
Yeah.
My number 2, I have Antoine Winfield Jr. up here.
This is where things get separated big time.
Because these top 2 are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because he played all 17 games, but he had 6 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 12 pass deflections, 76 solos.
Wait. I'm sorry, go back. Did you say he had 6 sacks too?
6 sacks.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I looked it up. Trust me when I say this.
Am I just...
Yes.
You have it written there?
Yes, I do. It's right here. Anyway.
What? How do I miss that?
Anyways, as I was saying, 6
Okay.
sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 3 picks, 12 pass deflections, 76 solos out of 122 total tackles. And his accuracy isn't as great. That's why he's at number 1. Yeah, 70.2 accuracy, which is not the greatest. But his stats say otherwise.
Yeah. Well, we can just say it now. Number 2 is the same thing, Antoine Winfield. I didn't see that he had 6 sacks, or else it would have been like much more crazy. But I know he won me over right when I saw he had 76 solo tackles, 6 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 12 pass deflections, and I had it at 70.3 because I rounded up a little bit. Percent
70.2, 70.3, whatever.
Yeah, it's math. Ugh, it hurts.
So much pain! So much pain!
I think we could say the number 1 together.
Yeah,
ready?
let's just go together. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1. Jesse Bates. Do you want me to do the stats, or do you want to do the stats?
I'll take care of it.
Okay.
He didn't have any sacks though. That's what kind of was drawn between me and Antoine Winfield. He also played 17 games, but he had the exact opposite for forced fumbles and picks. He had 3 forced fumbles, but 6 interceptions. 11 pass deflections, 89 solos out of 132 total tackles. Mm-hmm. And
he also had a pick 6, by the way. He also had a pick 6.
I did not know that.
Yeah, or it was either a fumble 6 or a pick 6 because like
I think it was a fumble 6.
Oh, okay.
And his conversion too was pretty good. 24 out of 38. He played all 17 games too.
Yeah.
63.2,
which is crazy.
That's what it's Madden also says as well.
Oh yeah, 97 X factor, like shutdown corner, like
I mean it shows.
Safety.
It shows.
Now, you know how if you've been watching our series up to this point, you know that every time we finish our list, we go into the best of each like conference. Might as well start with the NFC. Get out of the way. 3, 2, 1. Atlanta.
Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates
on the same team. It's no question. Like both are top 10 safeties, like easily. Like
I mean, we both have them on top 10.
Yeah. Like the Falcons safety core is legitly scary.
But now here's the question: what about AFC?
AFC is going to be tricky because
there's not many at all.
The guys that actually showed up on our list, at least my list, was Kyle Hamilton from Baltimore, Javon Holland from Miami, Andre Sisco from Jacksonville, and Derwin James from the Chargers. Those are the guys that showed up on my list that are AFC. So I don't know who the other safety is other than Kyle Hamilton from Baltimore. I don't remember who Javon Holland's other guy is. Andre Sisco, I forget the other guy. And then I see you have the other guy for the Chargers, Derwin James and
Alohi
Gilman. So because of that, but then you also have the Patriots guys too, with Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar, both in your honorable mentions. So I don't know.
I was going to say either Patriots or Chargers.
It's down to them, for sure.
I'm going to say LA. I'm going to take the Chargers.
I'm going to take... I know I didn't have either Jabril Peppers or Kyle Duggar, but both of them barely missed my list. So... And I only have Derwin James on my list, and he's barely in the other, and he just hit the honorable mentions. I didn't even know the Alohi Gilman guy was there. That's the thing.
I know his stats, though.
Yeah. But in the end, I'm gushy going to go with the Patriots.
Even though you're probably hating it.
Even though I hate it, so I'm going to have to say that they have, in the AFC, they have the best. With number 2 either going to the Chargers or the Ravens.
I was going to say LA, but...
Yeah. The NFC's number 2 is probably Tampa Bay. Which is crazy, because the NFC South is the worst division in football, yet they have the best safety cores in the league.
I mean, you also don't include Detroit safeties, though, too.
Oh, yeah, in the NFC North. But, okay, I'm going to say this for a second. So, Atlanta, Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons. Tampa Bay, Antoine Winfield, and Jordan Whitehead.
Oh, I did not.
Which are both on my list. New Orleans has Tyrann Mathieu. And the only team that doesn't have anybody good is the Panthers. Which, they're the Panthers. What do you expect? But anyway, and if everybody's wondering, no, he didn't have any Eagles guys, and I didn't have any Steelers guys because they just weren't good enough.
I include Blankenship and you not include Fitzpatrick.
I wanted to so bad. But his stats weren't there.
I wanted to include Blankenship in my honorable mentions, maybe, but...
Yeah, I had his stuff down. I was close, but I was like, nope. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe down below. And I see, like, the button should be, the picture of the button will be right there.
And as always, this is Luke.
And I'm Elijah. And we are the Eagles of Steel. Bye!